Yes, but I just wanted to say hi and welcome to the show.
We're eating candy.
We love nerds.
Actually, we just kind of raided the Halloween bowl, so. Well then. What the heck, man?
Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Amy's on.
Oh, good.
No, we're not saying anything yet about that.
You need a winch.
Me and Mike were talking about that today, as we were putting the bumper on and looking at the winch plate and saying, "It'd be nice to get a winch."
Yeah, you need a winch.
Yeah.
And some lights. Because you already have lockers.
Yes.
Terry, did you send out the agenda?
No, I didn't. Here, let me do that.
You said you did, but you
no,
didn't.
I didn't.
He just called me like an hour ago, so
And he said, yo, show up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just putting all the tools away, and I was like, okay. Let me feed the dogs, and then I'll be over.
Mm-hmm.
My wife just commented, "We need a winch. Then he'll be cool enough to take pics with Shady Lady."
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll ever be cool enough.
It's all right.
Just saying.
Well, listen, she's the coolest Jeep in the Lehigh Valley. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
We got a listener from Iowa today.
Let's see
Scott.
that. Scott, what's happening? Welcome. Yo, what's up, Tommy? Tommy boy. Yeah, I think we've got a listener in Washington State too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And California, what's up, Clark? We're getting all the, Clark and I talked this week a little bit about having some West Coast representation.
Yeah.
And, with him and Tommy on, for sure, definitely helping out with that West Coast representation. Why do I not have a send button on this?
Hit enter. That ain't working.
No, it's not. We have a stand-in today. We have
John shaved.
we would have been better with a cardboard cutout, but I didn't have enough time to do that. So
That's a lot of work.
a lot of work.
Yeah,
Remind me to save that one. I might save that one for the actual show. It was pretty good.
that was
Yeah.
good. That was good.
I don't know how I'm gonna
Like, I get no respect.
share
Still.
this
It's okay.
with you guys.
I hope you're not sending it in your like weird Mac format. Crazy crap.
Oh, it should be a PDF.
So FedEx is a whole bunch of poop heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have their moments.
They had the correct address for my house to
Okay.
deliver something.
Mm-hmm.
They said address incorrect. Please call.
And then you can't get through to anybody.
3985 Fish Hatchery. Like
Yeah,
it's not difficult.
no.
And I have a mailbox out front of my house with new numbers on it, big as life.
Yeah.
And the guy said he couldn't
Oh
find
no,
my
you
house.
hit a deer. Oh my god. That sucks.
That does suck.
Because those guys are just those deer. They're just assholes.
holy crap! I almost creamed one on the way home from work this morning. I was in the car.
I was going to say we were in the Mustang.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was just.
Oh, that would have f that car.
Oh
up.
my god! You know what? And I'm driving. And I'm in the right lane. I just worked an overnight, and I'm just cruising. Nice cruising speed, about 75. I wasn't even going too fast, and I see
75 is too fast because big
for
red,
for a Jeep.
it
For a
doesn't
Jeep.
go that fast. So
Oh my god.
Listen, mine frequently sees over 80, but that's beside the point. So I'm just right lane doing my thing, got the radio on. I see this deer like hop over the railing,
oh,
take 3 steps into my lane, and I'm like,
oh
it's
shit.
it's slow motion. I'm like on the brakes, and then I look to my left, and there's a friggin' redneck rocket ship Dodge pickup truck next to me.
Jeez.
And I'm like, I creeped over into his lane, and then he saw it, and he creeped over into the left lane, and we ended up, and then the deer just did a 180 and went right over the side, right. And I was like, what was
Oh,
that?
man. Yeah.
Really woke me up though. I was like, ooh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Near death experience will do that for you.
So we're up to 224 subscribers on YouTube.
That's awesome.
We're gonna keep this roll going.
We
Yeah.
keep it moving. Keep it moving. So everybody on right now, go to YouTube if you haven't already done it, and
And
hit that
subscribe.
smash that subscribe button.
smash it,
Smash it.
like and subscribe.
Frank got a couple videos up this past week.
Yeah.
Or basically, I just released them.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Yeah. They only sit in
I was
Dropbox for like a
busy.
month. 2 months I
right.
got videos sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, I'll get to it eventually." And then he drops like 5 in a row, and I'm like, "Well, now I got to shoot more." You could have spaced them out a little bit, but
We try.
I did space them
You
out
did.
a little bit.
you did. Yeah, it was like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. This is the time where we normally ask people, go ahead and share it out with
Yep.
your friends and
Share it.
Share it away.
hit it up. Let's
Share
see
it
if we
away.
can get as many people as we can on the live. It's always fun when people are watching and listening live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I see you found that sticky note that said making a checklist.
Make a checklist. Yeah. Checklist.
I think it was Monkey Butler, wasn't it?
Yeah, the monkey butler
made
came
it.
and made it for me.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Monkey Butler made it.
yeah. Dude needs to know how to type because there's so many typos on this thing.
Damn Monkey Butler.
We can't take it for granted though. Not at all.
He made it.
It saved me a lot of work.
Sure.
I wish I had a real life monkey butler.
That would be awesome.
Told you.
All right, we got a few more minutes. We'll let a few more people join us before we hit that magic button. And yes, I have hit the record button, and it is all.
It's on there, right?
Yeah, it's recording.
Like 15 minutes later, you're not gonna be like,
No,
oh shit.
no, that's pretty early on the checklist. So actually, I think that's right after we go live. So
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about the deer make a mess,
Oh yeah.
and what can you do?
I remember when I had the first deer I hit, and I've never hit, however many years of driving, and I never hit a deer until like maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, even living up in the Poconos since 2007, I never hit a deer. And then I hit one in my Toyota pickup, totally wrecked the front end
I
of
was
the
gonna
truck.
say that's all plastic. It just
Yeah, and
yeah.
the deer got up, kind of shook it off, and walked away. And I was like, the least you could have did was died.
Right.
You just wrecked my truck.
Oh,
That was all. It was a hard hit. It was
Yeah.
like the whole front end was thrown off. I had deer fur in my wheel, like it seemed to have like got between the tire and the wheel itself, and it was bad. It was bad.
it is bad.
But he got up and ran away. And I was like, oh well, shit. What are you gonna do?
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Melissa says she hit one on her bike once. I couldn't even imagine hitting a
Oh.
deer on a motorcycle.
Oh yeah. or a bicycle.
Yeah. They're stupid enough that they'll run into you when you're on a bicycle.
Right.
So I did 11 and a half miles today on my mountain bike,
Oh yeah.
and they were like standing right next to me as I go past them. They just look at me, and I'm like, "Sup?
What's up?
And it's funny because
Am I disturbing you?"
we have deer now, and I sent Sean Judd.
Yeah.
He's an avid hunter. I send him pictures all the time because where I work in the city of Newark,
Yeah.
hunting is illegal.
Oh,
But there's some 12-point bucks that hang out in the rail yard,
yeah.
and I'm like, there's two of them, and they're literally just walking right next. Right,
You got to
right
hit them
next,
with a car.
Right. That's the
can't-
only
yeah, that's the
legal
only
hunting.
way to
That's the
legally
only
kill them.
legally way to kill them.
But
Yeah.
they know better because like you're not allowed to hunt in the city, and then you're not allowed to hunt on railroad property. So they live their entire life there. They just get big and fat, and they eat garbage. So they get huge, and I'm talking like 12-point racks. Like
Well,
Wow.
when we were driving down to
Oh yeah,
Jersey.
Yeah.
we were going past Allentown Municipal Golf Course, and there's like a 10-pointer that runs across the road.
Yeah.
And I'm
in the
like-
city. Yeah.
That thing is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Victor? How you doing? All right, excellent. We're climbing up there, and number of people watching, so we'll give it a couple minutes, and then I'll hit that magic button, and we'll be off and running. Yeah, so the agenda of the show kind of got thrown out the window.
Again.
Yeah, about midway through the afternoon, so it's we'll make it up as we go, and
We're good at that.
it'll be good. It'll be good.
ad libbing, very nice.
I don't even know who ad libbing is.
What?
Nothing.
Monkey Butler.
Yeah. When all else fails, just monkey butler it up.
Monkey butt.
We need some kind of cone hat. Some kind of
Wait, you already have where's the pink helmet? Don't we have a pink helmet somewhere?
Not yet.
not yet.
We're working on it.
All right, get your last minute candies in. No more nerds after this. Because those do make such great sounds out there for everybody. Frank, you just chased off 3 listeners.
Literally.
And I like those people. I can
right.
take or leave. Those people I want back.
Back to 18.
All right, everybody, I'm getting ready to start if everybody's good. Yeah, Melissa says we need pop rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that would
God.
sound amazing. Not, I'm getting headaches just from thinking about that.
Well, I give you a headache just coming here.
No doubt.
That too.
No doubt. Oh my God! Is everybody muted and everything's quiet on their devices and
Mute.
something
Something. Mute. All right.
And the acoustics of this table are just phenomenal.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get new arms at some point. That'll.
Drum roll, please.
We're both getting kicked off.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I think I can handle one of you. I can't handle both of you.
See, Don. Hello, Don. Is Don watching? I hope he is.
Not so far, I don't think. But, did you just put taffy in your mouth?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome.
We won't get anything out of him for 20 minutes.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll see about that. All right, everybody. We're going to hit the music. Wait, let me make sure everything's recording. All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're a podcast where we get to celebrate that Jeep life and everything that it entails. And I can't think of two better people. Well, I could think of a way better people than him, but I can't think of better people to hang out with.
He's not going to come back after you like.
That's the plan.
No,
That's the plan.
No, I have to keep coming back.
So as they would normally say in New York, standing in today for the role of Don will be our driveway mechanic, Frank.
Yeah, buddy.
So welcome, Frank, to the show. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I am too.
Yep.
Yeah, you.
Glad to see you as usual.
Yeah, the hardest working guy on the team, no doubt.
Now, listen, all I can do is try.
Yeah, you're the person that needs to be heard, not seen. And I mean, wait, that's not how that works.
Really.
But I'm
Really.
glad you're here.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
glad you're here.
You know something? I'm always happy to substitute when I can.
Yeah, it's good to be able to just text you at like 5:30 and say, "Hey, man, can you?"
Yeah, as I'm in the middle of an install and my phone goes off and he's like, can you come?" I'm like, sure. Let me just feed the dogs and I'll be over. So.
Yeah. Well, I think I gave you a little heads up earlier today that
It might
Be
have
on
been, might have
standby.
been 4 o'clock.
yeah, it might have been 5:14 instead of 5:15.
something like that.
Yeah. Well, good to have you here, Frank.
Thank you.
And my good friend Bill joining us as always. Did you finish that taffy yet?
It's almost gone.
It's almost gone.
I just kind of sucking on it.
Well, it is that Halloween time.
Yeah.
And we got to have the candies around. I think we went through like half a little pumpkin of candy.
We're like little kids.
We
It's
were
awesome.
like little kids
It's great. It's
in the
great.
pre-show, so it was a lot of fun. It's been a full week since we've gotten together, and it's been a full week for me from just a work standpoint.
Mhm.
And
Same here.
and sometimes
You
when
ain't kidding.
when those days happen, I really sometimes just need to finish, whether it's 7 o'clock at night or whatever, and literally just go for a couple mile drive, even if it's just to
Yeah.
fill up the gas tank or something in the Jeep,
Mhm.
and kind of that's my little blow off the steam and kind of let it shoulders relax a little bit. Do you guys ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. Well, you know what?
Usually going to pick up takeout.
Yeah,
As you know, I commute to work. And
that's right. That's right.
the times that I get out of work, normally there's not a lot of people on the road. So
Right.
that's when I usually I could sit back, I could relax, I could put on whatever music. I've been on a Billy Joel kick lately.
Oh yeah.
So I've just been putting on whatever Billy Joel and just drive my speed on the way home.
Yeah.
That's and I'll do it in the Jeep, I'll do it in the Mustang, it doesn't matter.
Now I know in our pre-show we were talking about deer. We had one of our listeners take out a deer and F up his 2020 Rubicon,
Oof.
and 5,000 miles and already hitting deer.
I think he said 5,000 miles, 5,000 in damage.
I think he was gunning for that deer.
Ugh.
Let's be honest.
Well,
It's
you know what?
terrible.
It depends, because if you had the stock bumpers on it and still the stock fenders and everything was stock, you're gonna do quite some damage to all those plastic parts when you hit a deer at speed.
Well, I think it would probably do more damage depending on where you are. I think he actually is from Iowa, if I remember correctly. If it's cold, you're going to do a lot of damage to those plastic
Oh,
parts.
yeah.
The
Absolutely.
warmer air is a little more forgiving with those plastic parts.
And the deer are just bigger out there too.
Yeah,
That too.
yeah. I saw some on the road two mornings ago, and every single one of them, I think I outweighed by and I'm a big boy, but most of the time I won't outweigh a deer.
Yeah.
But they were just walking across. I was like, don't you kids have a place to be? Don't you have to be in school or something?
No, they got to be on the highway. That's
Yeah.
where they got to be.
Yeah. So you had a close call with a deer this week, didn't you?
It was this morning.
This morning.
This morning on the way home, I worked an overnight shift and I got out and I'm cruising in the car. I was in the Mustang and I'm in the right lane doing about 75, just cruising.
Yeah.
On the way home, kind of a little zoned out because I just I'm doing 11 p.m. starts.
Long
Yeah.
shift.
And I
Oh,
got out at
oof.
like 8 in the morning. So
Yeah.
I'm just autopilot
Autopilot,
on the way
yeah.
home. So I'm driving, and I could see it. It happened in slow motion. This deer he hopped over the guardrail,
Right.
and then
As they do.
just
Yeah.
took 3 steps and right in my lane, and he looked at me,
Yeah. Oh.
and I'm like, oh crap,
Yeah.
what, like, so now I'm just barreling towards this thing. I look to my left, and there's a big ass pickup truck over there.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
like, well, I gotta, I'm not hitting the deer, but I'm not hitting this truck, so I'm just gonna try to ease a little bit over.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it was took a long time, but it was
Split
instant.
second.
Like,
Yeah.
on the brake, hitting
Yep.
the wheel to the left. The truck saw it. He moved over. Then the deer just turned around and
Jump
back
back over the.
And I was like, what the F was that all about? Did you really need to do that?
Yeah.
But I tell you what,
Yeah.
woke me right up.
Yep. Your adrenaline
He
is.
thought you needed to shit your pants in the morning.
Well, yeah, because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, all right, if I hit this deer, all right, so the front bumper is plastic,
the
the hood is aluminum, the
radiator's
fenders,
aluminum.
the radiator, the
everything is-
intercooler,
Oh, yeah.
everything's right there.
Yep.
And I'm like, and not only that, but the car's low.
That's going to
So
be more
he's
than
gonna go
5,000.
on the hood,
Windshield.
probably on the windshield,
Yeah.
probably over the hood, over the roof. And I'm like, yeah, this car's gonna get totaled now.
Yeah. Yep. I'm glad you're okay, and
Thank you.
I'm glad the Mustang's okay.
Yes.
Phew. And that'll clean you out real quick.
It definitely did. It definitely did.
It's that time of year, and if you're listening to this in a timely manner and not binge listening like some of our listeners have been doing, we're definitely in the fall time of the year, and
It's October.
it's October, and we're here. We're in the pseudo mountains of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, mountain, valley, whatever you want to call it. There's mountains to the north. There's mountains to the west, and we kind of just in the middle of everything.
Yeah. But I was talking to somebody. We did a fall ride yesterday with the Jeep Club. And then another Jeep Club did a fall ride today. Very similar trajectory, and both days were just absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
just blue skies. And it's been a good decade or more since I've seen the leaves the way they are this year.
Yeah, they're really pretty this year.
Yeah, and I was able to. It was warm enough and nice enough. I put the top down, and just driving through. Brandon, the president of our Jeep Club, does an awesome job of putting together a ride that what would normally be 45 minutes to a destination. It's a good 2.5 hours to get there.
I don't know how he does it.
And not a single main road anywhere in sight.
Everything back roads.
If there's gravel anywhere, he's going to find it.
Yeah, that too. That's
yeah. It's
I didn't
remarkable.
realize how many. They're not exactly off road trails, but we could just call them unimproved roads.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how many were actually in this area.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Yeah,
yeah. And
I can put you on so many up there.
Yeah,
just from living up there.
Right. But it's awesome to take 40-some Jeeps and just cruise through the mountains, and just a beautiful day, and everybody has their own different musical soundtrack playing, and it kind of is. It was a nice little breather to get away.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we did donations for Valor, which is a group that helps out veterans, and it's really a lot of transitional help out with vets coming back and getting into regular life, and then if they're not able to cope or something, they've got a place that they can turn to and some support, and from toiletries, simple things that sometimes we all take for granted that might not be in the forefront of somebody else. And I love that we are able to work with them. We've worked with them in the past, so it's pretty cool.
That's neat.
Yeah, and it was a great
drive.
I know, Bill, you were behind me for the whole drive, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
I know.
A good time.
You used to live up in that area, and
yeah.
So
actually, if we would have went so at the Jonas Hotel right there where Valor's located now, if you make a right out of that parking lot, go out to the main highway, make a left, you can take 903 all the way down into Jim Thorpe.
Okay. Yeah.
So I went to scout camp up at
Yep.
Trexler Reserve
Yep.
up there, so it was like I know exactly where I was.
Yeah, we drove past that. I know it's easy for, you to kind of go, oh, this is home. I know this area real well. But it was still such an amazing drive through there. And I know all over the country people are doing that this time of year. And it was, out west, there's not as much fall foliage, but it's still a perfect time to go. It's not as beaming hot in locations. And so I've seen a lot of activity on Facebook with different groups out there and just having a good time.
Speaking of Facebook, and my memories came up from last year.
Yeah.
Last year when you, me, and Amy got together, and you and Kylo, Amy and Shady Lady, and I had Gunslinger at the time.
Right.
And we took that. It was just some random road that I remember when I lived up in Stroudsburg.
Yep.
That goes into Gamelands.
Yeah.
And that came up in my memories. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Same here this week. And I was like, man, that was such a good time.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that literally was spur of the moment.
Yeah,
I think it
out
was
of
like
nowhere.
a 30-minute,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's get on the road and go.
What do you want to do today? I don't know.
I know. I do love those. I love those a lot. Looking back in the week, I don't want to call him a correspondent, but I feel like Neil has kind of become a correspondent for us.
He has
as such, because he does a ton of Jeep Jamborees. He guides with Jeep Jamboree, and he sent us a video today. I have yet to be able to figure out how to get that from our inbox into our regular feed. I'd love to be able to do that, but I know he was out sporting one of our hats.
Figure it out.
And talking about the Jeep Jamboree. He was at the Williamsburg, Kentucky Jeep Jamboree, which I believe is the largest participated Jeep Jamboree out there. And he I think 1,400 miles, I think, is what he put on his Jeep so far.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, going to Tennessee. He went to Nemo Tunnel, which is...
I saw his post from Nemo Tunnel and the video, and I've never wanted to go to Tennessee more in my life now than to go there.
Yeah.
That looks insane.
Yeah, I grew up in that area,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. That's where I learned how to wheel, was in the mountains of East Tennessee, and I call Nashville home. So anywhere in that zone is fair game for me. But I'd like for maybe the podcast, we've talked about going to Windrock at some point, so I think it'd be
We're
cool.
definitely doing some kind of trip. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing something.
We're doing something.
We're going somewhere doing something.
You gotta let me know. Let me know.
All right, we'll put it out there
And call him dead.
Maybe we'll have a meetup or something for our
couple days.
listeners.
A couple of days, I'll just be like, it kind of died.
So it was good to hear from Neil and see the video, and Neil, thanks for thinking of us, and I can't wait to get back and do another trail ride with you. He's a heck of a good time to get out there. He's like the most laid back guy on the planet, but he's a good guy to head out. Yeah, Troy, I know Nemo's not far from you, so we've already decided we're crashing on your floor. So when we come down to
we got a place to stay.
we got a place to stay.
Right.
Perry snores.
If you don't,
Don snores too. I don't know. I don't remember.
Listen, my wife says I snore. I don't believe her.
I don't. I
I don't.
Supposedly I snore too, but
I make cute little noises when I sleep.
Keeps the bears away.
seriously, I guess so.
So really, that's our week in review, and there hasn't been a lot. A good ride yesterday, and then Neil keeping us up with.
I did 11.5 miles on my bike today, so that was good.
There you go.
I got off road.
You did get off road.
It was just on 2 wheels, not 4.
Yeah, on single track, not on. Yeah, I like it.
It was beautiful weather.
Keep that cardio up.
Yeah.
I get winded going upstairs, so
yeah.
I'm tired just thinking about it. We got a product to review, and I brought it in, and I think Bill usually fondles it for a while I do.
It's got a stick on it.
It does have a stick. So this is the RAM mount, and it's the Tab Light.
Tide.
Yeah, Tab Tight HD,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the one for the iPad Mini, or there's a Samsung Galaxy that fits in there as well. now the cool thing about this, I have the ram mount claw and the 3-inch or the 6-inch extension ball mount.
That's 6 inches.
Yeah, ball mount, and I mount this on my
Oh shit
bar right up front,
Oh, okay.
and I have it cable managed for my USB to come through. But this is the same company that makes mounts for ambulances, military,
Yep.
first responders, cops,
Yeah, it looks like
for their
something that would
laptops,
be
for
in a police
and
car.
it's solid. So the claw, if you want to hold up the claw at the end, it will fit on that bar, and you tighten down. And these clamps, as you tighten them,
it cinches down.
it cinches
yeah.
down,
Ooh.
and it's pretty impressive how it cinches down. Then you've got your ball mount, and this is using the 1-inch ball. And those are still balls in there. And with that extension, they have a smaller extension, so
which
I
is
could go
3 inches, which
3
I
inches.
have.
Yep.
Nice.
I have that with the X grip from Ram.
Yeah, you use the
And-
X. You and Don both use the X grip,
I love
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to go with the iPad Mini as my nav unit
Yeah.
when I'm
Right.
off-roading.
He uses a suction cup. I use the bar
Right.
mount because I have the
Vector. Yeah.
vector mounting bar. Yeah.
I had thought about doing that, and I could still use the claw
Yeah.
with the Vector
It'll cinch down on it.
as well. So I thought that would be a more versatile way to do that. And I think literally I paid like $50 with all of this.
Wow. That's nice for $50.
Yeah, it might have been a tad more. I don't remember. But
A smidge.
a smidge. It was actually way less expensive than I expected it to be, especially the tab tie. I was thinking with that it was going to be in the $80 or $90 mark, and it definitely wasn't. I think it was somewhere in the $30 mark.
Right.
Yeah.
For that. The downside to the Ram stuff is if you order it straight from Ram,
Mhm.
it's slow getting to you.
Yeah.
The tab tie I needed to order straight from Ram.
Mm-hmm.
Took 3 weeks maybe to get,
Oh, wow.
maybe 4. And I had heard that even before COVID and all the shipping and everything,
Yeah.
that they're just slow getting things out.
Mhm.
I did order the claw, and well, I bought the claw from a friend of mine. I was going to order anyway, but I got the extension from online. There was some boat shop or something
Amazon
that
sells
had
it too.
Yeah, but the turnaround on those were really quick, and I
Yeah.
think I had those in a couple days. I was just
Yeah.
waiting for the tab tight. But for me, being able to mount it, have it sit in a place that's convenient, and if I need to move it, all I have to do is unscrew it,
Yeah.
move it, and lock it down. It doesn't move.
That's great.
It doesn't move at all.
It does. Yeah, mine doesn't.
It's I had the rugged ridge for my phone, rugged ridge phone mount
Mhm.
that's set in the dash.
It was all right.
It was when I first got it, it was pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
but it would vibrate, it
Yeah.
would move,
Yeah.
it would move around, and my phone every 100 miles would just inexplicably
Fall down.
jump out. Yeah. And you're trying to go down the road and you're driving a Jeep.
phone anymore. Please
Boom, thing just jumps right out.
His hands are really big. This is weird.
And you're trying not to lose it down on the floor, because once it hits the floor for me, I won't see it till I pull over, get out of the Jeep.
And it goes down into the vortex.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You never see it again.
Land of the lost.
You find 3-week-old French fries down there.
They still taste good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Chicken fingers.
Yeah, buddy.
we'll take everything we can. So that is the Ram mount, the tab tie HD, the claw, and that extension.
All their products are great.
It's solid. I mean, when you grab it, it's solid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I have the X grip with the 1-inch bar mount,
Yep.
like with the knob on it, and then the 3-inch extension. I use that one, but I've seen guys, they have the computer mount. It mounts to the floor. They know their stuff.
You could put a lot of weight on this,
Yeah.
and it would still support
Mhm.
it. Yeah, it's impressive, because they do make a laptop
Yeah.
mount. And
Yep.
I'm like, geez, and they do it bolts. There's ones that bolt to the floor.
Right.
So every kind of configuration you could possibly think
Yeah.
of,
Very
they
nice.
do it.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's
and
good
it's all
stuff.
military grade. So
All yeah. I mean, I think even holding the sides on that, there's 7 screws on each side that holds it.
yeah,
So it's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's impressive. So that's the RAM mount. Yeah, I dig it. I dig having my iPad as my maps and
well now I have my new
oh yeah, your new Alpine.
Alpine
Oh.
XL 207
Yeah.
restyle in dash. It's
Yeah.
a 7-inch screen with it does Apple CarPlay, so I can pull up the map on that, run my music on my phone.
Yeah.
It's like it's media. I went from like 1970s to this to damn 2030
Yeah.
in a matter of like
I
10 minutes.
I got like an iPhone 3 or something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Well,
cute.
I'm way too old to see that little screen anymore.
Yeah.
So everything runs off my iPad. I mean, when I'm holding it in my hand, it's fine.
Yeah.
But when it's setting on a dash
Mhm.
and I'm trying to nav from it, especially out on the trail, it's not going to happen.
That's the only thing that doesn't work is MapRika doesn't come up on the Alpine.
Yeah, there's no screen mirroring or anything. Oh,
That's what sucks.
yeah, it's a bummer.
Because
That's
that's
a
all I
bummer.
really want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that I would want.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah. But
All right. Well, that's the RAM mount.
Very nice.
maybe there's an app.
How many stars?
Yeah, if it's a 5-star rating, the claw I would give definitely a 5-star
Mhm.
without a doubt.
All right.
The extension I would give another 5 stars. The tab tight I would give it a 4-star. The ordering process and figuring out which
Yeah.
one you need has a little bit to be desired, and it doesn't fit the iPad exactly because it's kind of a generic
Right.
Samsung/iPad mount.
Gotcha.
If it was exactly the same as it was right now, and on their website, if you pulled down and said you had this iPad and it took you right to that particular tab type,
an idea would be to make individual inserts that went into the end.
I think there are third-party companies that do that.
And that would make sense.
It would make a lot of
sense.
There's Billy the engineer, hard at work.
Yeah.
Even when he's sitting here, he's still working.
If that were the
I'm always
case, that
working.
would be a 5-star product all the way around.
So we'll say 4 7/8.
I would say 4 1/3.
4 and a
4
third.
1/3.
All right.
Yeah, because
4 1/3.
yeah,
That's 4.333333333.
2 out of the 3 elements were great.
Very nice.
The other one was good, really good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Great question on the rating of that. We need to come up with some kind of, 2 thumbs up, but that seems really general. I like the 5 stars, but we need to come up with something maybe for
1 wave, 2 waves. I don't know. Any ideas?
Yeah, I could do Jeep Waves.
Yeah.
I give
How
it
many
5
Jeep
waves.
waves?
5 Jeep Waves.
Okay.
All right. 4.333 Jeep Waves.
Gotcha. Perfect.
4 and 2 fingers.
Excellent. So we were gonna talk tires tonight.
Turk tires.
Kirk tires. We were gonna talk tires because Dawn and I both just ordered new tires.
I'm gonna be ordering new tires.
And-
I need
and
new
you're good.
tires.
So-
I need them too. So
It would be a great conversation to kind of hit that off with, but since Dawn wasn't able to make it with us tonight,
We're gonna save that topic.
we're going to save that topic. And I know that we also have, it's going to be one of our multi-topic.
So buckle your seatbelts
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sit in your seat and relax for the ride.
put your tray tables in the upright position.
Yes.
Mike
Buckle your
just came
seatbelts.
up with 7 slots for
7
a
slots.
rating.
Nice.
So
That's too
fill in
many
how many
numbers.
slots. We
I like increments of 5 and 10.
yeah, but he's right. 7
Or
slots, and we
3.
fill in.
yeah.
you know-
See, you can fill them in as you go. Oh, this gets
Okay.
3 slots.
I guess so.
I kind of like that. So we'll do an off-air bet on and vote on
We'll think of.
5 Jeep Waves or 7 slots.
I'll come up with a system for
and a graphic.
rating.
Yeah. And a graphic. Yeah.
I'll give you an Excel spreadsheet.
Is it,
So
so
be scientific, and then it'll just get way too complicated, and we won't use it anyway.
we'll try to simplify it a little bit.
As long as you could type everything correctly and have no typos, you'll be fine.
True.
I know
true.
how to use spell check.
So I know last week we got about a third of the way in to the show, and
somebody didn't hit the
I hadn't hit record, and it's not the first time that's happened since
It
we've been
happens
doing
like every
this.
other week, man.
Yeah.
So we now have a handy dandy podcast checklist.
Monkey Butler created it for
Monkey
us.
Butler created it for us, and so far everything's
And obviously he doesn't know how to use spell check.
spell check is troublesome. But it definitely helped and kind of got us jamming with it and getting
It got
ready.
you jamming.
That's all that needs.
I
really.
sat here and ate candy.
You did, and now I'm coming off a sugar high off of that
Same
candy.
man.
But our main topic today, since we do have the hardest working guy in the driveway, Frank, with us, we were going to talk a little bit about upgrades. I know that a ton of new videos have been done. You've been working really super hard. And I know Kristen and Will have been the beneficiaries of a lot of your work.
Yes, they have.
I know Melissa got a new lift and is a beneficiary. So it's been great that people have said, "Hey, man, help me get my stuff on," and then we get to have some content, right?
Well, I just I posted it out there to the club, and I said, if anybody has, because I could sit there and I could just put parts on my Jeep,
Right.
and then it'll be like the Jeep Life podcast featuring Frank's JKU.
Yep.
I didn't want to do that, so I threw it out there to the club, and I says, if anybody has anything that they want installed, or you plan on doing any sort of upgrades or anything like that, to hit me up, and we'll get together, and I'll put it on. This way we could generate content for the podcast.
It's awesome.
The response was pretty good.
Yeah.
I got quite a bunch of people that, I got everything from, well, I need an oil pan gasket done. I need the whole top end of my motor needs to be rebuilt. To I'm putting on a set of quick disconnects.
Yep.
So it kind of ran the gamut as far as the different types of installations to do.
So the most recent, not counting today, on your
You mean
Right.
most recently posted.
Most recently posted.
Well, the most recently posted one was the skids, right?
Yeah, right.
Tell me about those. Those look great.
All right. So Will and Kristen got the Quadratech modular skid plate system.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's made of aluminum, and because it's a modular system, each one of the plates kind of works off each other.
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it replaces a couple cross members with heavy duty steel cross members, which hang your skid plates from. The front mounting brackets go to the bottom of the motor mounts, and it kind of like cradles right underneath the oil pan, and it even has an access place to do an oil change there too. So the installation, it went pretty well. There really wasn't very many hiccups as far as just getting everything lined up. As you're putting everything together, you're only putting your hardware finger tight so that you can get everything lined up before you cinch everything down. Finally, I did get hit in the face with a hammer. It was
It's kind of funny. So.
yeah, it was pretty funny.
Now, it comes in two models. It comes in the black or the silver.
Yes.
And I think they went with silver.
They went with the silver.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's made of aluminum. It's lightweight, and it works. It worked really well.
And
It looks phenomenal underneath their Jeep.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That shit ain't cheap either.
Oh no.
That's $1,300.
Yeah, and they didn't get the full system. They got the engine, transfer case, and evap canister. And for the JKU, the transfer case, there's also an extension piece for the extended wheelbase.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, I think Will said they were at like $700 or $800.
Okay. So
And
they
then-
bought some pieces individually instead of got the whole kit.
Yeah, because in order to do basically the entire belly, you need to
Yep.
buy those 4 pieces.
Yep.
And then they sell separate gas tank, fuel tank skid
Yep.
plate, which for the JKU is a bigger one, but that installs right over your existing
Right, skid plate.
your
Yep.
existing gas fuel tank skid plate, and then they also have an exhaust skid plate too.
Okay.
And then they also have a in the front where the crash bar is.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
another skid plate that can go underneath there.
Okay.
So I mean, if you really want to 100% up armor the entire underside of your Jeep,
Yep.
you could spend a lot of money, and you can basically from front bumper to rear bumper, it does the entire thing.
So do you have skid plates?
Not
Other
yet.
than stock, right?
Yeah,
You're just
have
like me,
stock.
right?
Yep.
So I have a skid plate for my fuel tank
Waiting to go on.
waiting to go on, sitting in a garage somewhere. And
You have a lot of parts just to go on.
dude, they're just
Really,
so
man?
good.
Like,
if I only knew somebody that could help out with that. But that's an undertaking for all those skid plates, right? And I love the way it looks. It does cover a lot of stuff on the right hand side of the Jeep.
Yeah.
There's not a lot under there that needs that much protection, except for, well, I mean, obviously the transmission, transaxle, or what?
Transfer case,
transfer case,
transmission, and oil pan.
Yeah,
and then it goes right to your evap canister. Too.
Well, I relocated my evap canister, so I've already broken that once.
yeah.
I had a skid plate.
Yeah, I have to do that too.
Yeah, for me, I think I would rather relocate it than put a skid there. But
but the problem is you can't use you need that skid in order to get the system in.
Because it bolts onto it.
Bolts to the third piece, which then bolts to that one,
that
which
makes
is the fourth piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Kristen's Jeep looks awesome, and
yep.
we've done some wheeling with them, and we enjoy their company. They're good peeps, so it's good to see their action.
Yep.
I know that you did Melissa's. She did the Mopar lift, right?
Well, so Melissa's husband Dave had gotten the 2.5-inch Mopar lift on his 2020 JLU Rubicon,
right?
And he decided, well, 2.5 inches isn't enough, so he then took that off. And went to the 4.5.
Okay.
I think it's a 4 or 4.5 inch lift. I forget.
4.5.
He's up there.
Yeah,
he's up there. So then he had these parts. In the meantime, his wife Melissa had purchased her 2020 JLU Rubicon.
Yep.
And he's like, "Well, here's these parts.
Here's a lift.
Here's a lift. Enjoy." So I had the pleasure of going to their home. And
working on a new Jeep where there's no rust
or dirt.
No rust, no
and everything
dirt.
comes off really easy, and you don't snap any bolts, and there's no cursing.
You want to hear something funny though? So by the time I got to their house, and Melissa had gone wheeling maybe about a month prior to that.
Yep.
And she got turtled really bad on a rock. And had to get dragged off the rock.
I remember
that, right?
We passed them on the highway for that trip.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to Roush Creek, and we were going to AOA.
And I broke.
And you broke, of course, because you had puddles with you.
Because Billy.
But yeah, she had told me that she high centered on it.
She high centered on a rock, and when they dragged her off, basically they dragged her off at an angle. And as I'm underneath her Jeep and I'm looking at it, I could see all the scratches from where the rock was to where it basically rode the entire driver's side frame.
Yep.
And then the bottom shock bolt was sand. It was smushed.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
just put it that way. It was really smushed bad. So, in my install video, I really didn't go over that. I kind of should have, but I was just like, you know what? Let's just.
You just cut it off.
No, we didn't cut it off. I managed to get it out with the impact gun. But I'm looking at the bolt. I'm like, this isn't going back on.
Right.
So I ended up, Dave actually ended up taking an angle grinder to the bolt.
Yeah.
And he ended up shortening the bolt, and we had to reform the lead thread to get it to thread back in.
Okay.
So that was something that was pretty interesting.
Gotcha.
But it was nice to actually work on a JL as opposed to a JK.
Yeah.
Because we did the lift kit on my JK.
Yep.
And one of the things that I
And somebody
found,
didn't wash their Jeep before you work on it.
Oh my God, it was so dirty. It was
Still-
so
they're still-
dirty.
They're still with this. Anyway, so
I
that's
clean,
what safety glasses are for.
I clean
So
my
when all
Jeep
this
before I
shit-
work on it.
When all this shit comes down on your face from underneath,
Yeah.
you don't worry about it. You're
Don't
fine.
worry about it. Frank's
Don't
under
worry
there.
about it. So as I'm taking off the front shock bolts now on Melissa's Jeep, and I'm looking, you remember we had the issue with mine where everything was rusted
Right,
because
right.
it was all original stuff.
Mm-hmm.
100,000 miles. The shocks just weren't
Right.
coming off very very easily. Well, on the JL, the shock goes into a little kind of like a holder and has a
Perch.
welded it has a perch, it has a welded nut, and you kind of just put the bolt in that way instead of going through the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is friggin' amazing.
Yeah, they learned something
Yeah.
They
after.
definitely did.
That's awesome.
It's the little things.
But yeah, that installation went pretty well. It
Mhm.
it didn't take very long to do. It was between me and Dave, and we did it at their house
Yeah.
on jack stands. I think we were a little over 5 hours on it.
Yeah,
I
we
think
were
that-
we were 6 hours or so
On
with
the
yours,
lift.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, with
we
the
had a
lift,
lift.
right? But no, it's good, and the upgrades that you're doing for people are true upgrades.
Yeah.
They're good stuff, and
Mhm.
I got a big video coming.
I'm glad. You've got a lot of stuff sitting in your garage right now, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're upgrade king over here.
What?
Yeah.
yeah,
What?
exactly.
No, it's just all the parts started wearing out. So like, you got to replace them.
Yes.
And you can't just replace them with the same thing. You got to get better
Gotta
parts.
get better.
Terraflex HD ball joints.
Oh boy.
Oh, those are nice.
They're real
They are
nice.
real nice.
Mm.
Got a new set of taillights. Got some new lights.
Lights are
Um,
always fun.
Yeah.
I got a PSC big bore box trail assist cylinder coming.
Oh my god.
So I'm going full 1-ton steering. But I
Wow.
need a new steering box because 117,000 miles on a stock steering box. It puts its toll on
Really, you got 117 on yours?
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
for 16,
I'm getting there.
15.
15.
Yeah. So and a new power steering pump. So I got the whole system. So it's a new power steering pump, new steering box, the hydro assist, everything.
Yeah.
So that's coming. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, upper control arm, axle side bushings,
Okay.
new ABS sensor. So I got a
Mhm.
couple little videos that I was thinking about putting together.
All right.
Easy stuff. And then I would like to do the PSC big bore box, a full maybe 2-part series or something.
Yeah,
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
It'll be fun.
that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of work.
A collaboration video. Do you believe that?
It's a
Ooh,
lot of
yeah.
work. Yeah.
Well, you and I have done some videos
Yeah,
together.
we have.
Right?
We
yeah.
have.
I
always enjoy doing videos with Terry because he holds the camera and he has the right angle because, well, look at him. So he has to make sure that he
Yeah,
looks
right.
good.
Right.
Mhm.
And his angles actually work for me
Terry's
too,
gonna
so-
come videotape doing the PSC big bore box.
Yeah.
So he's gonna videotape, and
He'll
we're
make,
gonna
he'll make
work
us
on
both
it.
look good.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need much help. but
Nah.
Me, I
Sometimes.
need the help.
Yeah. We'll see if we can light it properly,
Yeah.
so that even I look good. So,
I could always bring some lights or figure out some lights.
So I love the idea of you reach out. I mean, you help people all the time with
Lots
their
of technical
upgrades,
questions. Yeah.
questions.
Mm-hmm.
I love when people ask us questions. We had a guy last week hit us up with a question on the show, and it happened to be perfect topic
Yeah.
that we were working on. We were able to answer it in the show. That's a lot of fun as well.
When we're at car shows, even people are just
Oh,
coming up
yeah.
asking
Yeah.
questions,
Mhm.
and it's like, yeah, I can. What do you want to know? Like, how long do you have? We could be
True.
here 2 weeks. I can tell you everything I know about Jeeps. But I mean, like
That last family that we talked to in
oh,
New Jersey,
jeez.
we were already packed up.
We were ready to go, and
Ready
it
to
turned into
go.
a 45-minute conversation.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, well, like, how high is this? What would this look like? This, that?" And I'm like,
They're
pointing
calling
at
in
the-
our
That's called
Jeeps.
an Italian
Oh,
goodbye.
God.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
don't
it
actually
was-
say goodbye. You're gonna
Yeah.
sit there for another 45 minutes.
It was really great. They were a 3 Jeep family.
3, yeah.
3,
Wow.
yeah. It was pretty awesome.
That's nice. That's neat.
It was great. And I love that aspect of it. And I know that when you and I do stuff in the driveway,
Mhm.
people show up
Yeah.
and just hang out. And
today.
That's fun.
Today, I was doing the install on the bumpers.
Oh, new
and-
bumpers, right?
Yes,
For your
my Jeep, yes.
Yeah.
And I had Mike Gonsalves with me,
Yeah.
and then I had my neighbor Pete, who
Oh,
lives, he stopped by. Him and his wife came
Yeah.
down just to say hi, and then they left, and then Sean came by, and it's just like, I live
How
on
much work did you actually get done, or did you just hang out and talk to people?
There's not a bolt tighten on it. It's literally
Everything-
just taped on there.
everything is torqued to manufacturer's specs. Okay, but
Speaking of Mike has done a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
upgrades to Sentinel.
yeah, man,
And I
the
love it.
the new wheels and tires he just got.
They're sharp.
They really set it off. He was
Yeah.
running the stockers for the longest time, and even after
Yeah.
the lift, and I was like, dude, you skipped leg day.
yeah,
But I mean, even the other, and his Jeep's what was it, 2008?
I think so.
2000.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
it's
a
an older
Sahara, I
model,
believe,
but
right?
it looks
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
It looks great, and he's always doing stuff to it.
I love it because it's a 2-door.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and we don't get to see a lot of 2-doors. It's the majority of them are 4-doors.
Yeah.
Floating around.
Yep.
But it's great to see him, and he's a fellow Star Wars nerd like myself, and so his Jeep is definitely it's Mandalorian esque.
Mandalorian.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah. And we had that trunk or treat thing. We had the Jeeps come
yeah.
down to that, and everyone decorated their Jeep. That was
Yeah.
it was nice to see everybody there too.
Yeah, to
know.
be honest with you, I actually thought about that as a topic for tonight. Talking about decorating our Jeeps.
I don't decorate my Jeep. So.
Well, that's actually why I decided not to, because
because we decorated Amy's, but she went and bought a spider and like some webbing,
yeah,
and I just put the webbing on, and all right.
Well, mine's
But
still
some people really go all out with that.
yeah,
too.
and mine's still decorated out front, and it will be until Halloween's over,
The
and
spider
then
webs fly off.
I will start
eventually.
for Christmas. I always decorate mine for Christmas. Have a
Mhm.
wreath on the front,
Yeah.
new lights and everything. So yeah. So decorating
Cool.
your Jeep. If you happen to decorate your Jeep, tag us on your Instagram so we can see it and
We
maybe
want to
get
see
ideas.
pictures. We always want to see pictures of
Absolutely.
people's rides. So.
Always. So I know that I have wheels and tires for future upgrades. Your wheels and tires coming up soon, in
Okay.
addition to the other stuff that you just listed off your
I
alphabetized
got wheels,
list.
tires, new steering, ball joints, upper control arms, new tail lights, ABS sensor, more pod lights, another set of pod lights that
little
need
bit
to
of
go on. A roof rack.
Oh right.
Roof rack's going on.
I got to see Billy's refrigerator, which was awesome.
It
I gotta
is.
Oh my
mount the
God.
refrigerator now.
But you
I
had it
think I'm
mounted in
gonna-
that rack. What
I gotta
happened to that?
I gotta figure out some strap mounts.
Oh,
to
okay.
hold
So it
it down
doesn't
a little
move.
bit
Yeah.
better. And then I got some other, all kinds of fun jazz
The
going
upgrade king.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I have a new tie rod sitting in your garage
on. Yes.
to go on.
No, track bar.
Track bar. New
Track
track
bar.
You have
bar.
a new track bar.
I need a drag link end at some point.
And you
We
need
took
that.
a look at that, but I've got a fuel tank. I've got
You have the fuel
new
tank skid.
I've got new springs coming.
Oh, I have
soon.
the lube blockers to do too.
Oh yeah, I do have lube blockers to do.
We gotta do
I would-
a video on
I'll
that too.
do that 100%. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did the diff covers on Amy's Jeep.
Right.
and you got your new bumpers.
Yep, just
That's
put them
awesome.
on. Put them on today. If you check out my Instagram, I just posted some pictures. I posted some pictures on Facebook.
Oh, and you got your new stickers on your
Yes,
Your-
I got
your-
the bad birds too.
yes,
I
your
my
like
Jeeps
that.
are
Bird.
named. Yeah, I love it.
100%. We're up. We're named, and everyone loves the name.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
Said
on
me.
I'm waiting on a custom plate, and I got a couple other things too.
nice. Nice.
But as far as anything else that's going on, well, I just did the bumper. Eventually, I'm going to get a winch. I do need tires soon,
Mhm.
yeah.
and I'm still waiting on a motor.
Oh
Because
right,
I
you
did
still-
tell you about that.
Yeah, the oil. You're
So
you're losing oil.
when I bought the Jeep, I didn't realize at the time that I bought something that burns a lot of oil.
Hmm.
And basically, I'm gonna put it to you this way: in the first 3,000 miles that I bought, from the day that I bought the Jeep, in the first 3,000 miles, it burned 4 quarts of oil.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. So I was working with the dealership that I got it at,
Mm-hmm.
my buddy Chris over there, and they're going to basically cover a motor replacement as because it was an initial purchase.
Right.
It was literally less than 3,000 miles from the time that I drove it off the lot
Yeah.
to the time I brought it back and was like, "Yo, dude, we got a problem."
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's warranty work too.
yeah, it's going to be
So-
100% covered warranty with a new
Yeah.
new 3.6 that will eventually go in. But the problem that we have is that because of COVID,
Can't find a motor.
can't find a motor.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
the earliest production date and this has been going on since I mean I purchased this Jeep in late January of
Right.
2020. They started all the paperwork and they got everything rolling right away. Then COVID hit. Then Chrysler shut down production of basically
Right,
anything
yeah.
that's non-essential. So
Right.
all crate motors, anything like that, they just stopped making them.
Yeah.
Now they're finally starting to do production, and I got a production date of maybe mid to late December.
Wow.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're talking almost a full year,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
it burns quite a bit. You know, I'm literally
I mean,
every
it's-
500-600 miles, I'm putting a quart of oil.
since
in.
it's under warranty, they will even give you a car.
yeah,
If it like seriously breaks down,
Yeah.
they'll give you a car to drive until it's fixed.
But in the meantime, I mean, because I know it's going to get fixed, I'm
Right.
still doing all the other mods to the
Yeah,
Jeep
why
because
not?
I'm
Sure.
not gonna not wheel the Jeep. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit there paying for it and have it sit in my
Right,
driveway.
no,
either.
you're
I'm
doing
gonna
it the right
drive
way.
So,
Yep.
you know,
Can't do it.
all that's in.
That'll get taken care of.
Yeah.
That'll get taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
I do want
Can't
to
do any more damage than already's done. So
no.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I want to give out a shout out to one of my good friends. I haven't seen him on here before, Justin. How you doing, buddy? I miss you. Somebody I work with, and I haven't seen him really.
Nice.
And he's on YouTube.
Oh,
He's on YouTube, which is
the tube of the U.
the tubes of the U. But it's he's a good dude's got a silver 2-door, so he's celebrating
Nice.
with Mike on that 2-door. So between them, they equal one full Jeep.
But you know, it's funny if you ask some people say, "Well, 4-door Jeeps aren't real Jeeps."
Right.
And
And
you know
then
what I
I'll
say,
run
you know
their
what I
ass
say to
over.
those people?
No, it's all Jeeps. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about some of the upgrades coming up for winter. Just kind of, it's kind of a hibernation, rejuvenate kind of life. You know, we've already started kicking off the heater needed in the garage to do some work.
Ooh, heated garage.
I know it's
It's gonna be broken when you come over.
Of course. Luckily, I can
Matter of fact,
repair
we're not-
HVAC, so
Yeah.
We're not going to be in the
It's just a
garage when you
turbo
come
heater.
over.
It's just a turbo heater. It's pretty.
I could bring my own. I got one of those there. That's about that
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Works on a propane tank.
That's exactly what I have.
They're
Yeah.
awesome.
It warms the garage up in like 20 minutes. Not even.
Yeah, it's
It's-
perfect.
yeah.
It
It just breaks the cold, you know.
Yeah.
So you can work in like a t-shirt and not terrible.
Now, one of our listeners this week actually asked me, "Have you guys seen the Rebel Rally, the all-female? It's a race, and they don't use any electronics. They use all compass and orienteering to complete the race. And at
I haven't seen this.
the point he texted me, and I looked, I've seen it before, but it's amazing. Teams of 2 go out, and the top 6 of the top 10 in the race at that time were all Jeep drivers. So it's pretty intense
Wow.
off-roading, and again, it's all done because they have to complete to a specific point,
Yeah.
and all you have is a compass and a map.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
There's no GPS. There's no.
I'd be lost.
I know, right?
I think I could figure it out.
I'm fine hiking with orienteering because you can't mess up that bad. But when you're when you're racing in an automobile, 1 degree off,
Yeah, you're
for 15 minutes can be a huge
Yeah.
difference, right? But I thought that was really cool, and to see, a race dedicated just to women in our
Right.
sport. That's pretty awesome.
That
That's
is
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah.
So I wanted to give a shout out to them. I want to do some research this week and maybe watch some more, and maybe at some point maybe we can see if we can have one of the contestants on the air. That'd be
Nice.
That'd be cool.
kind of cool to bring that in, right?
Yep.
That's about all I got, right? What do you got? Anything else on your upgrades?
Let me think for a second here. See, just finishing doing the bumpers, and after, I mean, the past year has been a total transformation for the Jeep.
Right, yeah, because it's new
everything-
to you, right?
It was new to me, but
Yep.
it was bone stock when I got it.
right.
So literally everything that's done to it now was done by me or
Yep.
the two of us together
Yep.
when we did the lift. We did the exhaust. Oh, you know what I want to do? So
Air horn.
everybody needs an air
Don't give
horn.
him ideas, please.
Look. Sammy says she needs an air horn too. So I think she actually has one for an install. One of the things I want to do though is, what is it? Is it the iDrive or the?
I have a hike it.
Yeah, hike it or a flash cow or
Yeah,
something.
something like that. I
yeah.
want to do something like that to try to try.
I'll sell it to you.
I want to get a new one. One new to me, but I want to do that, and I was thinking about doing a cold air intake also, because
Okay.
one of the things that I found, right, and before Billy shakes his head too much, one of the things that I found is when I did the exhaust, and I did a 3-inch exhaust on the Jeep,
Yeah.
I feel like I lost a little bit of low end torque on it, like.
Then regear.
Yeah, well, I'm not because when you're talking about, I already have the 410 gears in the Jeep, and I already have lockers in the Jeep. I could probably go to 456s because
Lockers.
Here's what we
lockers
need.
don't. Lockers really. Don't
Yeah, but
Here's
do
probably
what
what
I'm
we
s-
need to do for him is tell the computer and his Jeep that he's running larger than stock tires.
Well, that's
Did you
that's
not
what.
flash
And
it?
No, I don't have. never bought the flash cow.
Oh, jeez.
That will
That's
that will
what I'm
fix,
saying.
Everybody,
I'm
go out and buy a flash cow, and that'll
Jesus.
help.
yeah. So that'll
changes
that'll
your
fix
shift
that.
points.
Don't put a cold air intake in.
Oh, okay.
And-
Because I was thinking that if I open up the air, because now I have the exhaust is opened up. Now opening up the intake would increase power, because that's what it does.
Yeah, but it doesn't change anything for your torque. What changes torque is making sure that you have the right tire size in there, since you
Yeah.
are running the 410s.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
It'll
it's-
fix everything.
It's more of a feel, because I've been running the 410s and I've been running the tires since I got. But as soon as I got the exhaust, I felt a difference in the butt dyno.
Yeah,
You know the butt dyno, right?
we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. We'll
All right,
we'll
all
get
right.
you the right tires in there, and it'll change everything.
Well, I definitely need tires.
Trust me.
Besides the point,
Yeah.
I do need tires anyway.
We'll take care of that.
Flash
I know
it.
flash,
You need a flash, and then
I
we
I
can
was able
talk about it.
Are you gonna flash me, Billy?
I was
Sure.
able to do mine for the ODB that I have, and the
Uh-huh.
app. I think I'm in $35-$40.
Okay.
So I would. That's a
All right, that's fine then.
and as soon as I put that I had 35s on,
Mhm.
my mileage changed, my shifting changed, my
Mhm.
power changed.
Okay.
So let's talk about that, because I think we can make your Jeep even better just by doing
Okay.
that simple thing.
You know, and it's funny because some days it runs great.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
days I'm like, could
That could
probably
also
use a
be
little
that you're
something.
burning oil and
That
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
your
That's
cam
the
phasers
issue.
are messed up too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's gonna knock prematurely, so you're
Yeah.
you're not getting the correct degrees of timing.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is. Hopefully
all.
everything goes well when they replace the motor, and then I'm only in there once, because you know how it goes. Once you start replacing things like that, something big, then
Yeah.
you're back to the dealership every 5 minutes for this
Oh,
sensor or that
yeah.
sensor or this or that, and I really, really don't want to deal with that.
That's a
But
headache. That's a headache.
such is life.
I blew a
Yep.
serpentine belt right after they replaced my motor, like 2 days after. So you're freaking kidding me? Serpentine belt.
Couldn't have done that 2 days ago. Just put one on.
And the serpentine belt, I mean, you got to take the alternator off to replace the serpentine belt.
Yeah. No,
I
you
did it
don't.
on
No, you
Amy's
don't.
Jeep.
No, you don't.
No,
Oh,
you
you
don't.
don't?
Nope.
No.
All right. I found it was the easiest way to do it. I pulled the alternator off, and then I dropped the.
My serpentine belt just flapping in there.
Hey guys, I can't steer. What do you mean you can't steer? It's.
Yeah.
Oh God, Terry.
That weekend was
That was terrible.
it was from hell.
Mm.
Well, anyway, so that's going to wrap it up for upgrades from us tonight. It's been fun. It's been interesting.
It's been a good time.
Yeah.
Always is a good time.
So I will say that I did get contacted this week to send out some stickers.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like
And
stickers.
I love sending out those. Matter of fact, it's addressed and sitting on my desk right now, ready to go.
Mhm.
I'm going to take it to the post office tomorrow morning, and that's exciting. But more importantly, I have this killer shirt on. Do you have your killer shirt on? No.
Nope.
I have
See,
my
there,
note.
I'm flashing you there.
Ooh,
Oh, thanks.
wow. I have my notebook case for my computer. It's sitting upstairs. But all that's on our swag page.
Shirts, mugs,
Yeah.
tumblers, computer bags,
Yeah.
drawstring bags.
Do we have winter hats yet?
We don't have.
I'm not sure yet. No winter hats.
Gonna need them.
Gonna need winter hats. That's a good
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah.
I'll get with my guy.
Yeah.
But it really helps us out if you purchase those.
Mhm.
We get a couple bucks.
We get a couple bucks, and
It helps.
we do this for free. We love doing it, but
Mhm.
we were talking about it yesterday even.
We're gonna start trying to go after some
because it's not cheap, and
profitable relationships.
we've put a good chunk of change in of our own pocket.
Yep.
Mhm.
And bills are starting to come due.
Yeah.
And I would rather not have to dip into my pocket any longer. So go buy a shirt. Go buy
Absolutely.
a bag.
Lots of shirts.
If you happen to work for a company that wants to become a sponsor, a logoed sponsor for the Jeep Life podcast, get in touch with us. We have tons of programs for that. We'd love to have you as a sponsor. It'd be awesome. info@jeeplifepodcast.com. Where else can they find us?
Well, everyone, right now I want you to head over to our YouTube page.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
That is where you get to see Frank's beautiful face a lot more often. So our YouTube page is just the Jeep Life Podcast. Hit that subscribe button. You'll stay up to date with all of our latest videos and content, off-roading videos, this, that, and the other thing. Also, you can head over to our Instagram page at Jeep Life Pod. And that is where you're going to get the most up-to-date photos of where we're at and different kind of events we're doing.
Yep.
I had a lot of photos go up from down at the Jeep Invasion.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get a lot more photos going up there. Also, obviously, if you are watching us on Facebook, you already know where to find us there. And if you follow us on Facebook, you get even more up-to-date just notifications about everything going on.
Every once in a while, these two get together in Billy's garage.
We'll do a live.
They crack open a beer and do a live video.
Yeah,
And I sit at home or at work and I watch it and I'm like, they didn't invite me.
You could be
I'm
there,
at
but
work
no, you
anyway.
gotta work.
You gotta work.
So we love any interaction with our peeps. So please, lifers,
Comment, like, subscribe, send us a review.
give us a review on
Smash
podcasts.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
Like,
Absolutely.
follow. I don't know what else you want to say.
for
Double tap.
Stalk.
for Bill, Don, and Frank with us today. Here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Awesome. Hey, everybody in Facebook and YouTube land.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, you guys rock. I love watching the comments go by. It really helps and makes me laugh. I know Jason needs a beanie on top of that head. keep them warm. But
Some people in the comments are happy to see me. If you could believe that.
yeah, your wife,
Yeah.
the only one.
No,
And the reason she's happy is because
she's
she's not. You're not at home. She gets a night off from you.
And she's working.
That was-
That's hard.
That hurts a lot, man.
Yeah, well,
Jeez.
here I got a box of tissues here somewhere.
I got candy.
I got nerds.
Oh
still
yeah, he
have
kept
some
those
nerds
quiet.
left?
I like it. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in with us and having.
Before we go, I
yeah.
do need more installs.
Oh yeah.
I'm running out now because now we just finished.
Instead of paying the shop, pay Frank.
Listen, I work cheap. You just got to feed me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
Feed him.
Lunch.
And beer.
Beer. Pizza's always good.
Yeah.
Melissa
We've
Melissa
done
made
pizza. We've done.
steaks. Do you believe that? Melissa
I'm not
actually
doing
made
that.
steaks. I was like, holy
Wow.
crap, that's awesome. But
Yeah.
anything. If you guys want something done, email Terry and
Or me.
or Billy, and then they'll forward to me
Instagram.
whatever Instagram, whatever.
Yep.
you
We've
know.
got lights to do.
I was
I
gonna
know.
do them tomorrow.
I know.
And
I
if he
don't-
can't
I
do
don't
it, I
have the-
can do it.
I don't have the switches. I didn't order it yet.
Yeah.
This week.
I have
this
an
week I'll order
idea.
it.
I have an idea for a video for that too.
Do you? All right.
Yeah. You'll like the idea. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week.